Hi, everybody. Um, is the sound okay? And how's the sound doing? Can you hear me? I have my mime outfit on. Oh, good. Hi, Luke. Oh, good. How about the video? Or is it that slow stuff? Hi, Tennessee. Caliber 3135. Is the video okay today? Sometimes it's slow. Sounds good, great. But is the video? Is it that mushy stuff that we had before? Yeah, Rohan, I'm doing great. Eric, good video, great. Okay, finally we got them both working together. I have no idea why. It's a mystery to me. Um, what I thought would be sort of fun to do. Hey, Rich buddy, hi, Broomy. Um, is to take a look at sort of a scenario where, hi Eddie, hi Mason, how you doing, guys? Rich buddy. Um, a lot of you guys know a lot about Rolexes. Rolex is one that I know something about, but not as much as you guys do. So I thought, well, you know, what if we entered a Rolex watch in the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève? Now, as you probably know, they've never done it before. Hi, Dr. A and B, how you doing? Um, so, hey, Godzilla, dude. Um, the so let's take a look at first of all, what would be the categories that you think that they might do well in, and let's start with the divers. Okay, one of the most famous watches that Rolex have is the Submariner, which is a diver, and also the Sea Dweller. Hi, Lee. Um, so, what do you think? Hi, Dan. Which one? You don't think they will ever enter a watch in the Grand Prix? They probably won't, and for good reason too, because I think that they have nothing to win and everything to lose. Okay. Hi, Nine Bolts. Bonjour. No onions? No. I'll bring you an onion next time. Um, by the way, too, I have my Harbring 2 on, my Harbring 2 Felix. I don't know, I think it was about 2016 or so. It won a Grand Prix award for the Petite Aiguille. And Petite Aiguille is one I think Rolex could do well in. And the reason for that is that they have some of the Petite Aiguille is now between 4,000 and 10,000. And that seems to be the sweet spot for Rolex. So they might pull it off. This year, the competition in Petite Aiguille is 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 not terribly tough, but it's tough enough, believe me. Okay, the 50th anniversary green bezel sub. Okay, you think that'd do well in the diver? Now, uh, let's take a look and see what the Rolex would be up against this year in the diver category. I have my uh, web page up here. Let me see if I can make it a little smaller so I can see more. In looking at these divers, um, there's only one, I think, or possibly two that would have problems with. Um, One is the De Bethune, and they it's really a remarkable one. I don't know about the Ulysse Nardin diver, which is a great shark. I sort of like it. I don't think the Longines Reservoir, Resonance, or Seiko would be as much competition. The Seiko may be more than you think, believe me. Same with the Resonance, even though the Resonance has some good things and some things that I sort of wonder about for a diver. So, what do you guys think about that? Green or not? I mean, the green one would be one high for, but What watch? Oh, this is it right here, my harboring to Felix. Um, okay, so the Sky Dweller is their most complicated. Okay, well, that would be another category just for the diver. Do you think it would pull it out in the diver? Rolex Hulk makes blue Tudor Pelago looks classy. Okay, well, that's hey Luke. The discontinued Rolex Cellini print, they would beat everything. They would. That would be the one. That would be the giant killer, in my opinion. Um, any others you can think of? The 50th is not green on. Oh, okay. Well, listen, Rich, but remember, I'm not the guy who's the big expert on Rolex. You guys are. Since you have them, I don't have Rolexes. Um, but I hope to someday. I hope to get a print. Um, okay, let's see. Rolex Daytona, white gold blue dial. Okay. For the Daytona would be, so let's take a look at the category that Daytona may go into. It would go into the chronograph. I think it might have a good shot in the chronograph, to tell you the truth. Right now, the Bulgari, Chopard, I think the Bulgari and the Chopard would be the two toughest ones. Louis Moinet, Tag Heuer, and the Venice El Primero 21. That might be a little rough, but I think the two main contenders here would be the chronograph by Bulgari and Chopard. The Bulgari also has a GMT in it, so that makes it a little more interesting. Hi, question de tiempo. How you doing? Okay, none that have not created anything lately, if ever, horology-wise. Their movements are accurate, but not pretty at all. This is why I think Rolex is mostly hype than real horology. Boy, now, I tell you, that's not true about the print. I don't know about the other ones. The other ones are, I think Rolexes are excellent for what they do. They're great tool watches. Hey, Crappy, how you doing, man? Jeffrey? Hey, how are things in Shanghai? Is it in the middle of the night in Shanghai? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Hey, Beal. Congrats on your new Paddock. It looks mint. Okay. Oh, hey, Rich Buddy, you got a new Paddock Philippe. Congratulations. Okay, let's see. Hey, Clyde, how you doing, man? The Bogan Perpetual Skybeggar. Okay. Clyde, what category would that go in? They don't have a pilot watch category, so they wouldn't go there. What is it? What does the Sky Dweller do? Somebody said that was the most complicated watch right now, and I've seen the Sky Dweller, and I like the looks of it. What would you say? The Grand Home category, huh? Hey, Kwame, how you doing, man? Um, let's see. Well, everybody. Okay, tell me about the Sky Dweller. Where would it go? The Grand Home. I mean, that's the grand prize category. Maybe is most complicated. Second work would be the Yachtmaster 2. I like the Yachtmaster 2. Resale value category. That would be true. I don't understand the category as, oh, I know they're complicated. They do that on purpose, Forbin Colossus, just to confuse you. I talked to him. I said, let's get categories that are going to throw Forbin Colossus for a loop, and they did it. So good for them. There should be a category for most improved. You know, they used to have one, something like that at one time. It seems that every year they change the categories because every year they say, oh, those categories aren't good. To me, this year, they got some of the dumbest categories. They really do. I mean, they have like divers. but there's nothing for sports watches in general. They used to have a sports category, and now they just have divers. So I don't know what they're thinking, uh, why they took out the sports and they put in divers. It doesn't make a lot of sense either. Um, okay. All right, no inventory check. All right, water sports. Water sports category. Oh, that's what, yeah, you mean water sports category wouldn't be a bad one because for watches like a Ulysse Nardine Regatta, the Yacht Masters, and then you could also have the divers too, which I think would be that wouldn't be a bad one. But then they'd need something for like the pilots' watches. That's sky sports, water sports, ground sports. Hey Jeffrey, I'd say Rolex should enter the Tudor North flag. Well, now see, Rolex has entered Tudor, and Tudor has done quite well. And in both, I think, the challenge and the petite aiguille categories, which is great. But Rolex themselves have not entered. And so what I'm saying is that let's see if they did enter, is there one that they could do well in? Over decorated and fussy. Okay, overhyped category. Come on, you guys. Get serious here. Um, the fate of the world is resting on this. Molex and tumor. Okay, I think divers are very popular in sports watches these days. Well, aren't divers are a sports watch, aren't they? Kwame? Is it Kwame? Kwame, wouldn't you say that divers are sports watches? Okay, Jeff, you don't think Rolex has anything to enter? Okay, hey Dan. Yes, yes to what? Yes to Godzilla. All right. Okay. No. Hey, beauty of scent. Okay, Kwame. Okay, if Rolex unexpectedly did enter a watch, I'd expect it to be one of their dogs of the range when they update it. Maybe an Explorer 2 when the 50th anniversary watch comes up. Explorer 2 would be for like a GMT. See, that's something else too. Let me see if they have a travel category. They got a mechanic. They have calendar and astronomy, but they don't have a travel watch. I mean, there are a lot of different, like a GMT and stuff. And then they have this category called iconic. I think Rolex could win all the iconic awards because I mean, if you take a Submariner, those things are iconic. I mean, they have one of the ones running is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Now that what do they mean by iconic? It's one that I'm not sure how. The only one in that category that I really like is the IW, and I don't like IWC because they don't tell the truth about their movement. But their Paul Weber I really like. I think that's a cool one that they have. It's called a tribute to Paul Weber edition 150. Man, I tell you, I wish IWC would do more of that kind of stuff rather than slipping in ETAs and calling them something else. Um, Okay, are there any other brands that do not enter the GPHG? Patek, no, Patek is in it and they won. I think they won like 4 or 5, including two of the, what do they call it? Aiguille d'Or, which is the Grand Prize. Um, they haven't entered any lately for some reason. And I think that one year FP Journe didn't win, and he's been sulking ever since. He won like 7 of them. He's won more grand prizes than anybody else with the Patek Philippe. I mean, with the FP Journe. And early on, both Vasseron and Constantin and Patek Philippe were winning them like mad. And they were sort of taking turns getting the best watch. And then FP Journe came along and sort of spoiled it for him. And then A. Longa came along and spoiled it for him. And they're sort of pouting somewhere too because they haven't entered anything for a couple of years. What they do is they come in, they win a whole bunch of them, and if they don't win again, they go and they pout. One company that I like is did I mention Harboring Two? Harboring Two last year won, and won in one of the categories, and they entered again this year, and they didn't even make it to the second round. I mean, they didn't even make it to the finalists. And so, they're good sports about it, though. I mean, we'll be back, and they go to their little place in Austria and put something together, and out they come with something. I mean, and the stuff they've had, like the Doppel and all of these other cool watches. They should have you as a judge. I agree. And tell them I should be a judge. Let them know on the QT I do take bribes, especially watches. I'd be a great judge. Okay, what do you guys see? Rolex doesn't give a damn about awards. They're too busy counting all their money. That's probably true. There is very much. Yeah, you can. I know a guy that he doesn't particularly like Rolexes, but he's able to get certain ones, and he treats them like Bitcoin and puts them away for that. Okay. One glaring omission from GPHE websites, they don't move. In the case of something like the Chronomet Ferdinand Berto, something, I would love to see more of it. Yeah. Who called me the Donald Trump of judges? Is that what you call it? Who's the Donald Trump of judges? I need a Sharpie. And I'll draw some pictures on. If I wanted one watch for everyday use, one watch for sports, dress, and everything within house moving on a budget of $3,000, can you advise off the topic? Well, I don't know. I'd get a mask and a gun if that's all I had. I'm just kidding. $3,000, man. I'll have to think about that one. That might be an interesting topic. A topic for everyone. If you have, let me see, you just want one watch for sports, dress, and everyday use. Oh, I don't know. Anybody else have any ideas? I gotta say, this is gonna sound funny coming from me, but I think something like a Milgauss. Well, a Milgauss, I guess. Maybe not a Milgauss. Some kind of chronograph. Maybe an Omega Speedmaster, one of those, something like that. What would be another good one? What would be sort of a cool one, I think, that for that price range, I think you might be able to find a Vulcain. I'm not sure if that just has the one thing or the other. Yes. Paul Pluto would be the Donald Trump of Grand Prix judges. Oh, caliber 3135. They're gonna get in big trouble. Omega, yeah, Rich Buddy. I got a feeling you're right. I think that would be one that you could find, and a good one, that you could use in different kinds of things. Oh man, the review I got coming up tomorrow. Some people were just shocked. They were like, somebody who was streaking a women's garden club. They shocked. They had Invictus out there. So that was a collection. He liked Invictus. So what? Remember the thing. Everybody's got something better than we have. But the guy that's reviewing tomorrow, man, he's got this incredible collection. His collection is so big and so varied and so interesting. I couldn't get it all in, so I had to pick and choose. He had more Rolexes than I could fit in. He had more everything that I could fit in, and so I had to pick them. This guy is, I think you're gonna like this thing. Plus, he had some watches I'd never seen before, even heard of before, that are just amazingly cool watches. So, anyway, for those of you who was too much to see an Invicta, that tomorrow I'll make up for it. Let's see, Seiko Big Tuna. Hey, I like the big tunas. Dan, those are cool. You know the ones what's the one that they have? It may be the turtle that I really like. It looks like somebody squashed it and it's got that big circle in the middle. I don't know why I like those so much, but I really do. And there's a Doxa that looks something like it that I like even more. Okay, Hannah's having a tough week. Tacos aren't going to do it. Taking her out 40 minutes for crab legs. Oh, that's cool. Nice thing to do. Um, house stuff. I'm curious about GPHG entries that have revolving spheres rather than plain hour and minute hands. Oh yeah, those are really cool, Corbin. I like those too. The one that Gorilla has one this year called and they had it last year too, called the Wandering Hours. Um, H. Moser has one, I think one of their endeavors, and it's called Dancing Hours or something like that. Audemars Piguet has one that's called the Star Dial or something Star. But anyway, I dug up the origin of those, and it wasn't. A lot of people think it was Audemars Piguet, but it's not. It comes from a clock back in 1671, and they wanted one they could see at night, and so they had the dial move, and then they had a candle behind it, and you could see it. And so that was, I guess, the origin of those kinds of dials. It was really interesting, though. I like those too. And the thing I like about the Gorilla, some people don't like the sort of the Ninja Mutant Turtle color combination that the Gorilla has this year, but the watch itself was very interesting. Oh, and by the way, too, this is the interesting thing about it. The Gorilla is sitting on top of one of the real common ETAs, the movement, but on top of it, the one that moves has the wandering hours was done by Vaucheur, which I thought was really interesting. So on the top of the watch, you can, if you look at it, it says, and you're reading about it, says Vaucheur manufactured. Well, that's just the hours. The rest, I don't know why they didn't put ETA manufactured. I have my doubts. Okay, reference watches opinion. Now they're a watch, Clyde, that is another one of those interesting watches. Now they use ETAs too, except they do it in very interesting ways. They're quite expensive for that kind of the whole show that they put on, but they're apparently the gearing and everything else, even though it's being pushed by an ETA, is it's pretty hairy stuff, and they sort of go around like this. But that's a really fascinating watch. One in Dallas for 12K. Yeah, that sounds actually like not a bad price, but it's an interesting watch, nevertheless. Um, why, Seiko, let's see. Did you have any Rolex you're thinking about? Yeah, I'm thinking about the Rolex prints. I just, I have a list of watches that I want to get, and I gotta save up money. Something always happens. Like, God, I got run off the road the other day, and it was either hit the car or hit the curb, and I hit the curb. Next thing I know, I'm down at the Mercedes dealer, $1,000. I had to get a new wheel because my wheel got messed up as along course, and then the back tire, not the tire I hit, but another one, $1,000. Boom, there goes. I'm trying to save up to get something. Um, okay, what's the question? Hybrid quartz. Boy, Godzilla, are you asking about the Resins? Are they hybrid sports quartz? I don't know, to tell you the truth. I read some articles about them, but I don't remember what they were really. Okay, it's 14.5K. Why not Rolex Oyster? Okay, good question. Why don't I have a Rolex Oyster of some sort? For me, what do I need one for? Um, that's the big thing. It's that if I owned a Rolex any kind with an Oyster case, I wouldn't go swimming with it. I wouldn't take a watch that expensive uh, swimming. Even though you're supposed to be able to do that with it. I flip it over, I can't see what's inside of it. I mean, so I don't have anything against them. I mean, if I don't know if I was doing something, I was wet a lot of the time. I don't know what, a clam digger or something. But I wouldn't take a watch like that, clam digging, even that. Hi, Zeus 87. Uh, is not hybrid. It's not hybrid. Okay, thanks, Zeus. Um, you think Milgauss Green Cup suits you? Milgauss. Oh, I like the Milgauss a lot. The little lightning bolt. Yeah, I like that one. Let me tell you the Rolexes that I like. I like the Yachtmaster 2 a lot. That one I like because it has the countdown and goes backwards. I like I tried on I think it was a Datejust. Really a pretty watch. I didn't like the standard bracelet. Just seemed a little tinny to me on that one, but I like to watch it. So I think the upgraded Jubilee bracelet I'd have to get one of those. Um, Funny, I have no present interest in seeing the movements of a watch. Okay, you have no interest in seeing the movements of a watch. What do you look at, the time? Okay. Let's see. Is the Rolex Cellini Prince more interesting than the Jaja Lacuta Reverso? Um, in this way, I think it is, Forbin. On most reversos, I know there's some you can, but on most reversos, you flip it over and you either have a plain back or you have another dial. On There is one, at least one that I know of, that you flip it over and you can see the back of it on a reverso. On the Prince, you can see it. It's really beautiful. There's the Patek Philippe 5221, and I don't know the name of the. It's there's a movement that they use in different gondola models. One's the 5221 or 5124 of Patek Philippe. You flip that over and you look at that movement. It's a beautiful shape movement. Same is true with the Prince. Really beautifully done movement. They have the bridges sort of go up like little waves. God, they're just a gorgeous. And then the thing about the Prince I haven't seen on any other watch is that they have this like a circle guilloche that matches that's on the front except it's on the back. And it just to me it's a very cool watch. But there are people like Rich Buddy who don't like looking at movements. They get, oh man, I tell you, the Rolf Lang that we're sending around, it's in California now. It's been in Oklahoma and Louisiana, and now it's in California. And the guy there, Matt, took some pictures of it, and he took these incredible pictures of the back. I forgot what a good looking. God, the back of that thing is gorgeous. It's all handmade, and then gold frosted with all of this other good stuff. I love looking at that. Hey, Truth Fears Guildies, how you doing, man? Good afternoon to you too. Would you say that if you owned an A. Long and Son, you wouldn't say that if you owned the A. I wouldn't say what if I owned the A. Longa and Son. Um, A. Longa and Sons are fine. Those are nice watches. I like them, but I don't know what I wouldn't say. What it may sound. What would I even say? Tim showed a Prince on the Watchbox show the other day. It was impressive, actually. Well, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Tim, he could sell rowboats to desert rats. He's great at those. They're describing it and look at this, and you listen to him. I want one, no matter what they have. Um, okay, Soiled, sullied, degraded. Cellini Prince looks regal in red gold. Yeah, it does. It looks really nice. What's this? What happened? See, the Prince hasn't been tainted by the Minotaur. Well, so it's sort of like a virgin prince, huh? Hey, Aunt G, how you doing, man? Air King should enter the most silliest. I like the Air King. I like the Air King is, I don't know, that's another one of the Rolexes I like. And it's very affordable. And I like the latest color scheme on that. And how come, well, why do you think and why do you think the Air King is the silliest? Um, Lang and Son, Sanford and Son. Oh, hey, Longa und Sunden is, they make really great watches. They really do. I don't think they're as good as the ones that are made by either Lang and Heim. Now that Lang and Heim are both gone, I don't know who's going to be making the watches. Or Rolf Lang. Rolf Lang, he wants to do. I think that, I don't know. I'm not sure. I would love to see him come out with a more variety and stuff. Um, but his stuff is really good. I've always wanted an Air King too. Yeah, there you go, Rich buddy. Um, Sports watch compete with the 57. Oh, hey, Dr. A and B, when is A-Long coming out with the new sports watch? Do you know? And what about competing with the Vacheron Constantin overseas? They forgot that. A-Long and some, okay, too pricey. They are pretty high priced. You know, um, trying to think. If I'm not mistaken, one of the ones that they had that I really liked was called the Chain and Fusee. That's sort of one of the older ones they like. The ones that I'm really starting to like a lot are the Breguet Tradition. They look like Abraham Breguet was fiddling around with them, and you can see the movement right through the top. Those are great looking watches. Okay. Do you like pizza too? There's a king of the Domino's dial. Okay, now listen, guys. I asked about the watches with the Domino's dial. There was there was one big reaction that was just like, putting a mustache on a Mona Lisa to, hey, they're really cool, they're hard to find. I would love to have one of those. Those would be really cool. They used to give them to the managers at at Domino's for selling their all chemical pizzas. Okay, I think that Longa's forthcoming sports watch will not be at all cheap, probably not, or even entry level to the Langbron. They didn't they get rid of the Saxonia, and so I don't know what they're going to use as entry level. Fusee and Chain is the poor Lang, yeah, poor Metter Longa, yeah, that's the one. Zeus, thank you. Yeah, the Fusee and Chain. Yeah, that's a cool watch. So they cost a fortune now. Take the D away. Okay. Um, all right. Well, listen. Buying some dead man's personalized retirement watch out of it. It may be haunted. I don't know. I think we're buying all these dead man watches. Okay, well, listen, guys, I got to run. Thank you all for coming, and I appreciated your input. And I'm not sure what the conclusion is, but it sounds like Rolex should stay out of the Grand Prix for the time being. Thanks again for your comments, and thanks for coming. See you next week, I hope.